Welcome to Talkin Baloney.
Calvin Cocoa Pop.
This is Boutique.
Oh, gosh.
What's going on?
No script allowed.
What are you, some kind of bot? Come on, people.
Oh, yeah. You want a pickle, you gotta give him a pickle, right?
I want to be a movie star.
Wow, that sounds so interesting.
Fresh and quick.
Cheese, pizza.
Part of the Baloney Nation.
Jim Deezy.
You guys still there? Hey, welcome to Talkin Baloney. Just me. Oh, and Melly Mels, to my right.
Hi.
Hey.
It doesn't hurt to introduce her, you know.
Yeah, and Joe the big guy.
Oh, I'm here?
That guy, right over there.
What a show.
Hi, Joe.
Hey.
So, Jim Deezy, why don't you tell everyone what we're doing today?
So we're going to talk about the fad that is New Kids on the Block, NKOTB.
We're talking about it's a fad? Must be like a 40-year-old fad.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. 40 and 50-year-olds are going to the concerts, so it's...
30.
I mean, it's the trendy thing right now, I guess, you know.
Okay.
If it wasn't in Boston and it was someplace else, you would call it a fair.
Wow. So it was like
Wait.
state fair level?
Like state fair level.
Oh.
But I mean, listen, I did watch some of the concert video, and
Wow.
I'll let Melly Mels talk about it. But I will say it's impressive. It wasn't sold out, but it was impressive.
Yeah.
Lots of older folks there. Now you know why they're not going. They're not going to church. They're going to the New Kids on the Block concerts.
Wow. Awesome. Hey, well, thanks.
Yeah, so Melly Mel, why don't you tell us about the trip, how it started, how it went
Sure.
in the beginning?
Yeah, so I think we've talked about this before. DJ and I had planned to make a trip to Boston, to Fenway. It was rescheduled twice, and then it finally happened. So I got on a plane to go to Boston and met DJ there. And we went to we ended up actually, we met early. We got checked into our hotel room early. We went to lunch. We were going to go to Wahlburgers, which is the Wahlberg family burger joint. And the line was 3 hours long, so we couldn't do that. So we ended up going to lunch next door and saw Chef Paul, who is one of the brothers. And I sent James a picture of his truck, and he called me a stalker.
Yep.
And then we ended up going to the concert, and it was awesome. It was a great concert. So.
All right. So let's take a look at the video. You were able to provide us with some photos and some video.
Talkin Baloney fans, we're here at the New Kids on the Block concert at Fenway. Hasn't started yet. DJ and I, here she is, right here. We're anxious here waiting. What's going to happen? Here is the stadium.
I thought I told you I could rap. Yeah, but now it sounds like something's happening. Come on.
headed back to the hotel. Headed back after the concert. There's like a bunch of people walking. See them? Everybody
Singing cover girl.
singing songs.
It was perfect.
To give it a thumbs up. And yeah, okay, bye-bye.
Thinks he's Michael Jackson at This Is It, where he's doing the little pose at the end.
That was Jordan Knight. That was DJ's man.
Yep, I figured. Guys kind of zoomed in on your characters quite a bit.
Wow.
So, Mels, what was it like being at Fenway Park?
It was really cool. And there were some other pictures that I took showing they lit up the flag on top of the, I don't know if that's like the place that they talk, the announcers for the ball games. But it was really cool being on the we weren't necessarily on the baseball. We were on the outfield, essentially. They had the inner field, whatever that's called in baseball.
Infield, you were close.
Inner field.
The infield. And then in the outfield, that was where all those seats were. It was really fun to be in a Major League Baseball stadium on the actual turf. They had it protected with this plastic material, so it was so that it didn't ruin the field. But it was neat looking up and seeing all those people in the stands.
And Jim, what did you think seeing that?
Well, I mean, I'm seeing the 2,500 people there. They're pretty happy that they're there. It's you want to get to it's New Kids on the Block. I get it. They got a couple good songs, I guess. I hear them every day.
Oh wow.
Oh, Jim, did you see any guys in the crowd?
I did see a couple on the video of them walking out.
Yeah.
There were guys.
They were probably told they had to be there.
There were husbands that are there.
Husbands with no backbone.
But would you say 90% women?
Probably, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Obviously, the husbands that were there, are afraid of their wives, and they don't have that.
I actually think there are some guys that are the fans. And there was actually some.
I mean, I would have went if I was invited, but this is not a,
No, you really weren't invited.
No, was not invited. Yeah.
Now, Melly Mels, is that hat from the concert?
Yes, this is my official gear from the concert.
How much was that hat, Melly Mels?
It was like $40.
$40 for a ball cap, folks. $40 freaking dollars. And you wonder why they can still pay their bills and tour the way that they do.
Hey,
$40 for a hat.
Yeah.
You know how much this hat was at Krispy Kreme?
$35.
Yeah, $5 less.
I almost bought a shirt too, but I decided just to get the hat, and I was gonna go back later and get the shirt, and then I never ended up.
The shirt was probably $100.
Do you think we're undercharging for the Talkin Baloney merch?
I think so.
Yeah. Like that shirt you're wearing right now, that could be $50.
Yeah. Well, you can buy it right now in our shop for $19.99.
Yeah, what a bargain.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even give you the game worn shirt. I'll sign it.
Ooh, that should probably be an auction because that's special.
That should be an auction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Recycled. Literally.
Yeah.
Melly Mels, we saw the concert footage.
Yep.
But obviously there was more to your trip than that.
Yes.
So we're going to take a break and we're going to bring in DJ.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about the trip some more. And kind of what happened afterwards, which...
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, we're back from break. Taking a little sip of the old aqua.
Jim Deezy, always drinking.
Always drinking. No coffee today.
No.
Wow.
Too hot. You're here with Melly Mels, our special guest.
Hi.
And DJ is with us via Skype.
Hi, DJ.
Coming to us from that city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
How's it going, DJ?
Doing pretty good. Yeah. Got over our crazy weekend.
Yeah, so we were just talking about your trip to Boston. We were talking about the concert. What did you think of the concert overall?
I thought it was amazing. As always, they put on a great show every time, so we really can't complain. We did notice that COVID wasn't nice to all of them. They're starting to look their age, but they're still awesome and put on a great show. And Belle Biv DeVoe, I don't think they age at all. They were great.
Yeah.
Because Belle Biv DeVoe, now you know.
Yo, slick.
Yeah, we did notice that. About a lot of the fans too. We were feeling pretty grateful for the way that we've aged. So that was good.
Times have been good to some of us.
Yeah, we're some good-looking ass fans. Oops, I did it.
So you had fun at the concert. You enjoyed things. It was a good time.
Yep. We had some peanuts.
Uh-huh.
That was nice.
We had Fenway peanuts. Official Fenway peanuts.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So when did the night go sour? Let's just jump right into it.
That night was fine.
That night was fine.
Okay.
It didn't go sour. We actually ended up going back to our hotel, and we needed some food because all we had eaten was peanuts since lunch. And the concierge guy told us we could get food across the street, but all they had was drinks, so we didn't do that. So we ordered, what did we order? DoorDash, right?
Right. We ordered from Mr. B's all-day breakfast and pizzeria.
Yeah.
That sounds
quite a combo.
Awesome.
Sounds delicious.
Their menu was extensive.
They had everything you could dream of ordering at 1 o'clock in the morning.
They have pancakes on pizza?
I don't know. I had pancakes.
She had pancakes and bacon, and I had a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and it was as big as my head.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
It was great.
Good.
We had so we ate and then we both fell asleep, and we had a nice relaxing day planned for Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We had made reservations at Jordan Knight's restaurant, Novara, and we wanted to go to the original Wahlburgers restaurant in Hingham, which I have been begging for you to take me for a while. So we decided that we were going to go, and
I took her there.
Yeah. And we were going to be adventurous and take public transportation, which was good. The subway I bought the wrong subway pass, and then we bought the right subway pass. But the subways in Boston are very nice. Very nice. However, when we got to Wahlburgers, I had started to feel sick. My back was bothering me. I thought it was from standing so much. I kept saying to DJ, I've got to get some Advil because my back really hurts. And I kept having to go to the bathroom and couldn't go to the bathroom. I know, that's probably TMI for Talkin Baloney, but that's what happened.
Oh, no topic here at Talkin Baloney is off limits except politics and religion.
Okay.
So you feel free to divulge your medical condition. We've all signed the HIPAA waivers for the show today. You're free to go.
Okay. So as we were at Wahlburgers, we ordered our food, and by the time our food got there, I wasn't hungry. I was nauseated. My back was killing me. Mm-hmm. I didn't even get any merch from Wahlburgers, so we have to go back because I was planning on getting merch. Yeah. They brought me out the wrong food. They brought me out a sandwich instead of a salad. And
wow, so the service at Wahlburgers.
You were just, she was just like, it's okay, I'll take it. Like, she was just, I could tell something was up.
Let's touch on that for a second, though, that the service at Wahlburgers is subpar.
No.
Well, they're just so busy, and because all the fans were coming in, the kitchen was behind.
So what you're saying is they don't set the bar real high.
They should expect us crazy fans to come in after a Fenway show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so carry on with what was going on.
Okay. So I said to DJ, I really need to get some Advil. So this was in a bougie kind of plaza, and we were looking for Advil. And we found we were walking through Bed Bath and Beyond. She thought that they had Advil there.
At Bed
And
Bath
I
and
felt
Beyond?
like I was going to pass out.
Sometimes they have stuff in the aisles. They have weird candy and weird things.
That would be the Beyond.
Yeah. So we thought, I was so desperate. I just needed some Advil. So then we went to this, what was that place called? Fresh Market?
Fresh Market. Yeah.
Yeah. So we found this Fresh Market, and we go into the Fresh Market, and I could barely walk. At that point, I was sweating, like cold sweat. That's so bad. So DJ, we got the Advil, and we went out. I said to DJ, I just need to sit down. So we went outside, and the pain just kept, I took the Advil. She went in and got me a special organic ginger ale that was really gross. It probably cost her like $10. I don't know.
Organic ginger ale. What was it, like a piece of ginger root?
It was like $1. It was like $2.50 or something. It wasn't that bad.
And so I took the Advil, praying that the pain would start to get less, but it didn't. So I was sending messages to Jim Deezy telling him that I was in a lot of pain and I probably was sick.
At this point, folks, I was not a million Twitter follower, podcast host. I was now a concerned husband at this point. Also wanting to film the entire thing if we could. So continue on.
I also don't think you were a million Twitter follower person either. But
Yeah.
One can dream.
Yeah. So it didn't get any better, and I told DJ, I think we need to get an Uber to take me to urgent care because it is not a pretty situation.
And so DJ, what were you thinking at this point?
What?
What was DJ thinking?
I was on the phone with Saeed, with my husband, and because I was trying to save him from being talked to too much at a friend's house, at one of Shayla's friend's house. I hope her parents listen to this podcast. Yeah, I hope they're listening. But we'll
make sure we send them a link.
Yeah, he was at the house a little longer than I thought he should be, so I was calling him to save him if he was being over talked to. And then Melanie gave me this look and said it, and I said, I gotta go, Melanie's sick. And I just hung up on him.
So she did her research on urgent care centers, and we ended up.
I didn't find one with an ultrasound machine though.
No. So we took an Uber, and I got sick in the Uber, which was lovely. But I did open the door in time, so they didn't charge DJ for cleaning their car. And this nice gentleman ran down his driveway with a bottle of water. I don't know where he came from. He was like an angel straight from heaven. I mean, I puked in his driveway, but he brought me bottled water.
Folks, that was in no way a reference to religion on this show. It was just a statement of observation. Go ahead, continue.
And then we went to the urgent care, and the Uber dropped us off, and the lady told me that I was going to have to go to the emergency room. So we had to call another Uber in a much nicer car this time. And they took me to the emergency room. So I ended up in emergency room in Weymouth. Was it Weymouth? Weymouth, yeah. Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a long wait in the waiting room. I was in a lot of pain. Pain like I have never experienced in my life, even after having 2 children.
So what was it? What'd you have?
It was a kidney stone.
A kidney stone, folks.
Yeah.
Minuscule, tiny kidney stone can end your vacation. Continue.
Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah.
And
So
I'm wondering if the first Uber assisted in you throwing up because it was, no air conditioning in the back of that little car.
the rubber was falling off of his trim on the door.
Yep.
So bad.
Picking apart the Uber guy now. The Uber car. That's why you should always.
I still gave him a good tip.
You did. I actually ended up being admitted into the hospital. They gave me really good drugs. And as a bonus, the lady that was next to me in the room when I got to my room at 3 a.m, she was talking to somebody on the phone. And her daughter worked at Almanove, which is the other restaurant next to Wahlburgers in Hingham that the Wahlbergs own. And she saw Donnie that night, and Donnie had a private party, and she was telling her mom about it. So it was kind of a coincidence that I was roommates with this lady.
It's like you were at the restaurant in spirit.
That's right, at the after party.
Yeah.
He invited me to the after party because of all the trouble I had in the restaurant. No.
So you're such a huge fan that even in that immense pain, you were still happy to hear about an after party that you weren't invited to.
Right. It was great. It was great. And by that time, I wasn't in pain because they gave me some magic drugs and made it not hurt.
Now, around this time, Jim Deezy, you were in communication with Melly Mels.
I was. I found out I was also in communication with DJ and found out that Melly Mels was being, she was being admitted and all that, and that maybe it was time that I probably called my road trip buddy and be like, Joe, big guy, it's time to go. So we decided to get a good night's sleep, about 1:30 to 2. Got in the car, drove to good old Rochester, New York, picked up the big guy, and we were on our way to Boston.
That's
with
right.
No sleep.
At 4 in the morning?
About 4 in the morning, yeah. Yeah, we got to Boston about...
Oh, it was just before noon,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
We made good time.
Exactly noon.
The thruway, just so everybody understands, the New York State thruway, driving from Rochester to that area is trash. The rest stops are literally trash. There's trash everywhere. We do have pictures we'll probably post up here for you. All the restaurants are closed. Everything's under construction. And people in general are just a-holes. So enjoy the drive. See the scenic New York.
It was scenic. It just, there was nothing on it.
But yeah, after a couple of traffic mishaps, we got to Boston. Big city. Nice. A lot of stuff underground. Yeah.
Yeah, and we picked up DJ and we went to the hospital in South Weymouth.
Yep.
Wherever
Almost
that
ran
is.
a guy over in front of the hotel, picking DJ up. That was literally almost ran him over.
About that.
Yep. He damn near put his hands on the hood of the car just so we didn't run him over. That's why you cross in the green and not in between, folks. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So after all that, you're in the hospital, you're in there overnight. What are your final thoughts about the trip?
I had a great time. I'm slightly traumatized because I didn't know where I was. I didn't have my family there except Lovnov, and she was there, and she was a trooper. She stayed with me and stayed outside and talked. They wouldn't let her in the room with me because of COVID, so that sucked. But I had a really great time. I would change the whole part. I really desperately wanted to enjoy myself at Wahlburgers. I wanted to get some Donnie merch. I wanted to go to Jordan's restaurant. And that didn't happen. So we're going to have to go sometime.
We will take you. I do want to say that I am finding that the more and more the New Kids on the Block come up, that there seems to be more drama attached to the New Kids on the Block. We got cruises that get canceled, breaking people's hearts. We got shows getting canceled, breaking people's hearts. COVID's on a rebound just at the time that New Kids on the Block's having another concert. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but you put 2 and 2 together. There's some stuff. There's a connection there.
Oh, wow.
New Kids on the Block put you in the hospital. You know, all that jumping around. Shake a stone loose. You don't know. You don't know.
Listen, I didn't. But what I didn't say is that I fell at the gym the night before leaving for Boston, and I was praying that I wasn't injured because I was so desperate to go. But the people in the hospital said my back could have jarred my kidney stone. So it really wasn't New Kids on the Block. It was really me falling on a kettlebell.
Yeah.
And DJ, what did you think? I mean, you had your trip for a good day and a half before you spent the rest of it in the hospital waiting room.
I was just like, at first, I was like, this girl is faking because she doesn't want to go to Jordan's restaurant or something. But, I've known her most of my life, and even though I haven't seen her sick or in pain that often through that lifetime, I could tell she was really, really in pain, and I just wanted her to be okay. And I did not want Jim Deezy to drive all the way because I kind of wanted to run things.
Folks, that's the control stuff I'm talking about. And that's
I was like,
two
I got
peas
this.
in a pod right there. Melly Mels and Deej. 2 peas in a pod. Gotta run it all. You did a good job to start.
Thank you. I did a lot of online shopping in the waiting room, so Saeed thanks you as well.
All right. Well, we got another video to look at. Some of the photos provided by DJ and Melly Mels. Wow.
Yeah. Yay! I gotta say, their cover of Queen, not so good. Not so good. I'm sorry. The fireworks show was nice because, it's fireworks.
And all the confetti. So I will say, I've said this to you guys a bunch of times when we talk about New Kids on the Block and Donnie, but he always brings a positive message to any of the shows. And the show this time, our seats weren't phenomenal. I mean, they were awesome because I feel spoiled when people are like, you said those seats weren't good, but they're on the turf. But when they do 2 of their songs, they actually come out into the crowd. And, DJ and I have been at concerts before. We've actually gotten to, touch their hands and stuff. But Donnie always brings a positive message, and that was exactly what he did that night. He brought a positive message when they went out to the ball field in the infield, and he gave his little speech like he always does. He was positive and said, we need to bring about positive change. And right, Deej?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he always lets us know that we deserve to go to those concerts and have a good time. And I think this message was to love one another because, there's been a lot of crap on the news and everything. So his message was love each other and appreciate each other and stop the hate.
It's the same message on Talkin Baloney, and you don't have to pay all that money to go see it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Any final thoughts, DJ?
I know she wants to make up this trip to Boston again. It's going to take a while for me to get over it. I'm still traumatized and I didn't feel any pain. So, so maybe, time will heal all wounds and we'll make it happen again. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the easiest place to fly to. Like as soon as you're in the air, you're down again. Like I'll fly there anytime. It's so quick and easy. But hopefully we can go and all be healthy again, right?
Yeah, Jim Deezy's ready to drive at a minute's notice. So
we'll go. We can leave now.
Well, we have to all go just so you can save the trip.
Yeah, and we'll have to fly. We fly because it's only 45 minutes, and we work really hard to fly in an airplane. So.
See, and that's another positive message that Melanie said the whole time we were there. She was like, we work very hard for our money. We have, a nice hotel room. We're in a nice area. We deserve it. We work really hard.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why I married her. Retirement plan, good salary and benefits. Now,
I'm moving in when that happens, by the way.
Yeah. If we were going on my salary, we'd be staying at the old Red Roof Inn. Yep. Trying to get one of them Uber bicycles.
You could ride one of those. Is it rickshaw? They had people driving those bicycles after the concert. Yeah.
I mean,
and one of them was even playing New Kids music in his.
Yeah.
Oh, he's working for tips. That's why.
Yeah. He's chasing,
he's a smart guy.
He's chasing that paper.
All right. I want to thank DJ for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you,
DJ.
Thank you for being on the show today. Thank you for taking care of my wife, Melly Mels.
Anytime.
Should probably mention that too.
Yeah. Thank you. I kept apologizing. She was like,
I told her if you say sorry one more time, because she probably would have taken better care of me, to tell you the truth.
It's good to know that the two of you were step by step hanging tough.
Okay, we gotta go. All right, we'll be right back. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back from commercial break.
Hey.
Myself, Jim Deezy, and Melly Mels sitting here in studio today, along with the big guy.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
The guy is here.
And Melly Mels just told us her entire saga of the Boston excursion.
Yeah.
You had some other stuff you wanted to say, like about your kidney stone.
What did I want to say about my kidney stone?
You kept it.
I gotta keep it. Oh, that was what I wanted to say. Oh, yes, I did keep it. I did. I put it in our cabinet. A small, tiny kidney stone caused that much pain. It was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see it in the little plastic jug. You can see it. It's not microscopic.
No, it was 3 millimeters. The doctor said when I followed up with him this week that if it was 4, then they have to remove it.
Wow, surgically.
Yeah, they break it up. They do something to make it break up. I don't know.
They put you on a gurney and they have 2 or 3 interns jump on you until it comes apart.
Yeah.
Just work your back until this breaks out.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, I do have it.
So now we're into the portion of the show we like to call Baloney Nation.
Oh, yeah.
Jim, what do people do if they want to contact us?
They text us 585-484-1770 if they'd like to send in a question. We'll answer it on air. We'll offer you some feedback. We'll tell you why we're always right and you're wrong. Or we just want to hear what you want to say. Hear what you got to say.
And they can leave a voicemail, too.
Yep.
Absolutely, and we'll get to it. We hear all of our fans.
Speaking of our fans, we've got a letter from someone you guys know very well, especially Mel's. It's your mom.
Okay.
In reference to Hal Roach, who we talked about in the Elmira Cemetery tour, she met him in front of Phase Drugs when he was 98 or 99 years old. And he signed a picture that was taken in the limousine, and she gave it to her boss, Fran Lisi, and he posted it in a frame in his office. I misspelled frame, sorry. He was thrilled to have it, and there was also an article that was in the monthly magazine Phase Inc. Mr. Roach shook my hand, that's Leona, and told her it was a pleasure to meet her.
Yeah, she's not shy. That mom of mine. I actually need to take her because the chances of me meeting Donnie, if I've got her with me, are high. Yeah. Because she won't be like scared to ask him to take a picture.
She's relentless. She will get what she wants. And you're not changing her mind on that. So if your mission is to see Donnie, you need to take your mom.
I need to take my mom with me.
To Wahlburgers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking, I thought about taking her to a set of Blue Bloods because she does really love Donnie too.
Oh, wow. Where do they film Blue Bloods?
It's in New York City. And they actually, pre-COVID, he would invite the fans, in and sign things for them. And I guess he used to get in trouble for it because he wasn't really supposed to do that.
So, Phase Drugs was back in our day, and then it became Eckerd's, and then Eckerd's became Rite Aid. Or was bought by Rite Aid or whatever. But yeah, the old Dollar General was the old Phase Drugs your mom used to work at.
Yeah.
Over on Columbia Street, a great area in Elmira, New York.
And Jim Deezy, what do you know about Hal Roach?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
I know he's a director or a producer.
Yes.
Movie guy.
He was a famous director. He directed Laurel and Hardy. He directed Little Rascals.
Yep.
He kind of put Elmira on the map early in the earliest days of Hollywood.
Interesting. Well, his picture is on the billboard when you're pulling into Elmira, New York.
Right.
The now defaced billboard.
And he's buried in Woodlawn as well. So that was one of the...
We did go see his grave.
We did not, but we should have.
Oh, you guys missed it.
Well, we'll hit that touristy destination coming up soon.
Because if you're going to Elmira, you got to hit all the hot spots.
I would call it the hot spots. Got the hot dog place. You got the Hal Roach grave. You got the Mark Twain grave. By the way, Mark Twain grave idea of ours stolen by Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, talk about that.
Watching an episode of Ghost Adventures last night, and they were visiting a set or a Mark Twain museum, and they were trying to talk to Mark Twain or A.K.A. Samuel Clemens. Which is something that you and I did
right
weeks ago.
Yeah. And this just aired on TV, so they obviously just did it like the day before.
Just copied.
That's how TV works.
Obviously copied our show.
Yeah, they saw your video, and then they were like, we're going to do that.
They saw, hey, there's money in this. Clearly there's money in this. There's money on the graves. There's money in the viewers. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Once again, our best idea is stolen.
Yep. What a shame.
Next question. Which is better, James Bond theme or the Mission Impossible?
I'm going to say the James Bond theme's more classic.
Okay.
The Mission Impossible theme is more upbeat. That's about all I got.
Melly Mels?
I don't know the difference between the two.
What?
I mean, I know what James Bond movies are, but I couldn't tell you the theme song. And the Mission Impossible movies, I know what they are, but I probably know that theme song. So if I had to go with what I know, I would say Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Okay. And Jim, you didn't have an answer.
No. I'm going to say Once Class. I mean, they're pretty much on the same. If you go to download it for a ringtone, they're pretty much both on the same, times downloaded.
All right, let's look at the question again. Because I don't think the question was, are these the same? No, it was, which is better?
Which is better?
I'm going to go with the Mission Impossible theme.
There we go.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Solid decision.
Yeah. So now this portion of the show is what we're watching this week.
Sorry, I saw Marianne in the background.
That's Mini-Me.
Hey.
Jim, we both watched The Suicide Squad.
Yes.
What did you think?
John Cena is funny.
Yes.
Mr. Idris Elba is funny.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yep. The movie's a little over for me, over the top, but I did like the action throughout the movie. Love the lady that talks to rats.
Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah. I will say that John Cena is probably brings it all together. His character in this.
Yeah. Now, his character is getting his own show on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot more of that character in the future.
Yeah. Got to say that, let John Cena just be John Cena, and he's actually a pretty funny guy.
Yeah. He's funny, and he was, perfect in that role.
Yeah. Good action movie. I was not expecting the way the beginning of the movie happened, where one crew is absolutely decimated, and spoiler alert for anybody who's not watching. But, yeah. And then they go into the next crew. But I thought the movie was pretty good.
And you're not a fan of comic book movies.
No, but I liked this movie. It was all right.
Yeah. It was funny.
Yeah. It had me... I was in. It had me hooked from the opening scene where everybody gets killed.
Wow.
So Melly Mel is going to put you on the spot. What have you been watching?
Well, I just happened to be watching some stuff, guys. So I started...
It's the evilness, the way she just said that.
Well, because I always feel inept
yeah.
because you guys know all this stuff about TV and movies, and I barely watch TV. Anyway... I watched on Netflix Grace and Frankie, or Frankie and Grace. It's I've been binge watching it. It's a show about two older ladies. Their husbands were business partners, and actually they came out as homosexual, and they are getting married to each other. And their trials and tribulations of trying to deal with this, and they end up living together. The two. It's Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
And all of just the things that happen to women that age. And I think it brings spotlight to, women's issues when they're older. And so, yeah, I've been watching that. I'm almost done with it, but it's really good.
How many seasons is that on Netflix?
I think it's 7. I think I'm in season 5.
Wow.
It took a while to get there, though.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
I will say, from the one partial episode that I watched with Melly Mels, I was intrigued.
Yeah.
It was actually a really good story. It was deep.
Yeah.
The story was really deep. And what's her name?
Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin is actually funny as all hell.
She's really funny. There's a Friends connection there. The person that, I don't know if it's the producer or the writers, there's a connection with Friends. Like, somebody from Friends is now doing that show. And Lisa Kudrow was on it. Phoebe from Friends.
And it's got the guy from Ghostbusters.
Which guy?
The black guy from Ghostbusters.
Ernie Hudson?
Ernie Hudson, that's him. He's Jane Fonda's or Lily Tomlin's
boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he's excellent. He's just like the Ghostbuster guy, but now he's a husband.
Yeah. I loved it because I think it brings some realism to what people that age kind of go through. Women that lose their husbands, and they kind of, they don't have their own identities or whatever, that whole struggle. So it's very interesting. They actually end up creating a vibrator for older women. That's what they do. Seriously. Like, watch
the show just went off the rails.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can we update what's off limits on the show?
Sorry.
Maybe it's politics, religion, and that.
Okay.
You guys
What's trending today? Vibrators for old people.
You should remove that if you want.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's
one of the things.
Obviously important information.
They do their own. They started... They make their own for
Eugenics
people.
for old people.
Yes. Well, it started with Frankie had developed this loop for...
Well, look at that. We're out of time.
Ah, yes.
How about that?
We just lost our... I lost the feed in my headphones.
I'm sure we can pick that up next week, maybe.
And then, anyway, okay.
Sponsored
whatever, you guys.
Quaker Steak and Lube.
All right, whatever. That's what the show's about.
Hey, well, that's great.
Yeah. Great to have you on, Melly Mels. So, Jim Deezy, next week, we've got a regular episode, hopefully. Mm-hmm. But the week after that, the three of us will reconvene, and we're going to do a live episode.
Yes.
We're doing Baloney Pursuit.
Baloney Pursuit, folks. The 80s and 90s edition?
It's the 80s, 90s, and pop culture. It's like 3 games in one.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully we'll do good at it.
We're bringing it to you live as it happens.
It's going to be a first-time exclusive Talkin Baloney. So look forward to that.
Anything goes, folks. I want you to know right off. We'll put the parental rating right out there ahead of time. There's a good chance Melly Mels may say something inappropriate.
That's what that show's about.
Still defending her decision to talk about it. Till the bitter end. All right. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
I'm Talkin Baloney. Wash your hands. Wear a mask.